All right, Quad Power Rankings.
Power rankings.
This is week 5. I don't know what week we're in. I lost track. This is
It
not the
is a it is a week.
It is a week.
It is
And
a
we don't keep
week.
track like in the NBA like they do in the NFL where it's like it's week 15 in the NFL. No,
Yeah.
we don't do that here. We tried. I forgot what week we're on. You know the deal. We're a quarter way through the season. First, knocking on the door. The Suns have been knocking for a while. Keep on knocking.
They're right there.
You're gonna get in, I promise. Also,
there.
the Celtics, new to the door. How you doing? Can't come in just yet.
Yeah. So much for Celtics tanking. What's going on there?
Right, and the Minnesota Timberwolves, who went to the bodega, came back really quick, and they're not going to get the door. All right, here we go. Coming in at number 10, we have the Miami Heat in at 14-8, 1-2 on the week with wins, well, a win against the Clippers. They lost to the Pistons, lost to the Mavs. To me, I don't know what I think of this team yet. Offensively, they're running this no pick and roll system for a little bit until it doesn't work in the game, and then all of a sudden Spoelstra wants to change it up, which I actually think is a good thing because he's not being stubborn about it. But Tyler Hero's back. Bam Adebayo is back. I don't know, man. It might be the Knicks fan in me. I just don't believe in this team yet. Gonna have to see more.
It is the Knicks fan in you. Just admit it. No, I like this team. Heat culture. Davion Mitchell had a great game previously where he didn't miss a shot and also totaled a double figure assist. They have a lot of pieces that have been playing well with Tyler Hero coming back. Also, Jaime Jaquez is also back, so they get like their scoring and creator off the bench. They're one of those teams in the East that I know your Knicks team wouldn't want to face, and other teams probably wouldn't want to face in the playoffs.
I think they're bad. I think the Knicks don't match up well with them at all.
Yeah. So we have them on number 10 for now. So we'll see how it looks next week.
Yeah, I mean, they were just when we saw them play against the Pistons, recap that game, and just seeing how the Pistons' point of attack defense just shut down everything they wanted to do, and they didn't have any answers outside of that. I was like, oh, this is like they're kind of like a one-trick pony. That's what it seemed like to me, and it's one game,
and it's
they're
one game.
14-8. They're in the top 10 because they have a really good record. They've been playing well, so it's not like they're a bad team. I'm talking about a top 10 team here.
Top 10 team.
I just got to see more. That's all I'm saying. So Miami, don't jump down my back. Coming in at number 9 is the Orlando Magic in at 13-9. Kwab and I were going back and forth pre-production. I made the decision to put him 9 over Kwab. I vetoed Kwab because I think the Magic are better than the Heat. I do. They have wins over the Pistons and Bulls this week. They did lose to the San Antonio Spurs in a game where they were cold for most of the game. I almost came back and won it. This team, Paolo's been out, but they've been winning. They've been finding ways to score the basketball. They play very fast this year. I think Jalen Suggs and Anthony Black are one of, if not the best defensive backcourt in the East. They seem to find them. Like Desmond Bane seem to find himself in this offense. Now, some people are saying it's because Paolo's out and the ball's moving a little bit. He can find himself there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when Paolo gets back. He does have the ability to play make and pass the ball. We've seen it. We covered a Pistons game earlier in the year where in the first quarter he was getting into the paint, kicking, and he had like 7 assists.
Yeah.
All in the first half.
All in the first half.
He didn't have any in the rest of the game. but the potential's there. So I'm interested to see what this team looks like when Paolo gets back. I do think they need him if they're going to reach whatever goal they have. But right now, 13-9, I like this team. I like the Magic. I just think they have a ceiling at being the 8th, 9th, 10th best team in the league right now.
Yeah, I think we won't know who they really are until Paolo gets back and they all get kind of enough chemistry and time playing together and figuring out how they all fit together. We recapped them against the Spurs, and what stood out was like Jalen Suggs had a good game game, and then we also talked about how it feels like they have a plethora of like tough young guards because Jace Richardson came off the bench and had an impact. With this team, they have a lot of different young pieces that fit like from their front court to their back court. But their ceiling, we won't know their ceiling until Paolo gets back because I think he's your best player. People want to push back on that, but to me, I feel like he's your best player, and it kind of shows in games where it kind of slows down and they can't get anything to half court.
Right. Just like they did against, actually, the last game we did against the Spurs. I think that was their problem towards the end. All right, coming in at number 8, it's the Toronto Raptors. 1-3 on the week. They beat the Blazers, but lost to the Hornets, the Knicks, and the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know if this is them coming back down to earth. I do like their team. I don't think they're the second best team in the East. I don't think that they're going to have this stature. I don't think they're going to be the number 2 seed in the East. I do think they're a playoff team, however, and they have been playing really well. They have been pushing the basketball with Scotty Barnes. Brandon Ingram has been fantastic in the half court. Emmanuel Quigley has played better. RJ Barrett has been out too, so you're missing one of your slashers, playmakers, and three-point shooters. Jakob Portal has been in and out of the lineup as well. But overall, 15-7, a good start to the season. Bad week, though.
Yeah, bad week, but a really good start to the season. Brandon Ingram has been balling, and like you just mentioned, RJ Barrett has been out. I think that's made an impact on how they've played throughout this week. Because there's little things they have struggled in games that we've seen, and it's just like, yeah, RJ Barrett will make a difference in that. They have an interesting team with like a lot of long athletes. And some, I think their issues is going to be, is the 3-point shot going to be falling?
Yeah.
I think they ran into that with the Lakers. And do they have enough shooting? Usually we've seen them run different types of offenses where it's been like the Brandon Ingram, if he's getting single coverage, just go to work, or posting him or Scotty Barnes in the high post to create and spread the ball out for shooters. But I think they're a tough team. I don't necessarily know if they're the second best team in the East, but again, I always make the statement, when it comes down to playoff time, it's about matchups, so you never know.
All right, coming in at number 7, from out of the top 10 to in the top 10, it's your New York Knicks. Listen, number 7, I'm going to justify it. You know why? Beat the Raptors, so you're ahead of the Raptors. I know they lost twice to the Magic. We're not talking about that. That was a couple weeks ago. They will get their revenge this Sunday. We'll talk about that. But 14-7, wins over the Bucks, the Raptors, and the Hornets. They did lose to the Celtics on the road in Boston. Boston has been playing well. I mean, they're knocking at the door. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're knocking at the door right now. To me, when you won 5 out of your last 6, you are the second best offense in the league according to the offensive rating. Your defense has been playing better, and this is all without OG Anunoby. This is all without Landry Shamet, who's had some fill-in starts, has been playing well, and this is like half of their games without Mitchell Robinson. I think it's fair to say they're better than the teams like the Magic, like the Heat, even though both the Magic and the Heat have beat the Knicks multiple times this year. I don't care. To me, the ceiling's higher. To me, at their peak, they are the best or second best team in the Eastern Conference. I guess it is debatable. And this is the very first time, I won't say the first time, but very few times. If you are subscribed to this channel, you know I don't put my Knick hat, my fan hat on too often. I'm pretty objective. I'm sorry. The Knicks are better than the Heat, Magic, and Raptors. They are. I think number 7 is where they should be right now.
He says this, and his point of reference is like, they've won 5 out of 6, but they lost to the Magic. and before that, it's actually 5 out of 7 because they lost to the Magic and the Heat. I wish I had more hands so I could give this more thumbs down.
Let me be delusional. Listen, I get one delusional Knick rant per month. I don't even use them. You don't use them. So you're always allowed, and I'm allowed to joke back. So look, we know what the Knicks should be in the East just because of the amount of talent they have, and projected. Before the season, they were viewed as, if not the best team, the second best team because of all the injuries and kind of like the question marks the East has. Mikal Bridges is having a really good season defensively. I think now, as the season is moving forward, are they going to be more consistent and figure out what your defensive principles? Or is there going to be more question marks because now there's all this stuff about trade, and when that gets in the locker room, it hurts chemistry, blah, blah, blah. My future prediction is that they will not be in this top 10 next week, but I'm just going to... I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, bro. If the Magic beat them Sunday, I'm just going to have to just take it. Okay. Yeah. I was wrong. Magic fans, if the Magic beat the Knicks Sunday, I will offer a full-fledged apology on the next power rankings.
Yeah.
No matter where the Magic are, no matter where the Knicks are, I will apologize.
Fair enough.
All right, coming at number 6, it's the San Antonio Spurs. They are 15-6. Wins over the Nuggets, Grizzlies, Magic. They did lose to the T-Wolves, but you know what? A 3-1 week without Victor Wembanyama, without Stephon Castle. Dylan Harper's playing better. He's back in the lineup. De'Aaron Fox has been carrying this team offensively, especially in the clutch. I'm very impressed with Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson and their maturity in taking shots that are better this year. To me, they just seem to be a team that knows themselves. They know their roles. They play together, and they're really good. They're for real. When you lose your best player and maybe your most explosive guard, I want to say most explosive. They have explosive guards all over the place. But when
Yeah,
you lose an explosive player like Stephon Castle
yeah.
and you continue to, you know, keep the same pace essentially that you had before they went down, that's impressive. That's really impressive. So 15-6 in as our sixth team in the power rankings. I think this is a fair spot.
Yeah, that's a fair spot. Like you said, they've been winning without Vic and also without Castle. It shows how deep they are, and having Fox in place when this team is down, like two other stars, shows why you bring him just because of how clutch he was. Like even during the Magic game, and
Yeah.
then having Harper back feels unfair. Having another change of pace guard coming off the bench, you eventually gonna get back Vic and Castle, and this team is going to be really, really scary. Just really, really scary.
Yeah. All right, coming in at number 5, it's the Denver Nuggets. Same record as the Spurs, 15-6. They also lost to the Spurs last week. Beat the Suns, beat the Pacers, lost to the Spurs, lost to the Mavs. But again, it's kind of the same logic when it comes to the Knicks. I think a lot of people have Denver as the consensus second best team in the league when they're healthy. Now they lost Christian Brown for a little bit. Aaron Gordon goes down, and they become pretty much a 500 team. If they continue to be 500 without him, they're not going to be 5. They're going to slip. Spurs fans, don't worry, you'll be ahead of them soon if that continues to happen and you continue to win. But for me, it just does not feel right to have him out of the top 10 right now. Giving the Nuggets a little bit of grace. 2-2 on the week. Jokic is still the best player in the world to me. Jamal Murray has been playing well. Cam has been seeming to fit in better. I still love this Nuggets team. To me, this is a team where the regular season doesn't really matter as much as other teams' regular seasons. They can coast the whole time, and I wouldn't worry about them.
Yeah, like I think with this team, you just want to see them get healthy,
Yeah.
just because of how well Aaron Gordon was playing, how the impact Christian Braun has on this team. Also, Jokic is going to be Jokic. I think the pieces they have all seemingly fit on paper and even on the court. Again, the ceiling of this team comes out like when they're healthy and when they're in the playoffs, because they're a different juggernaut. Like a lot of people weren't talking about them last season when they went through like the coaching change and all that, and they were still one of the better teams in the playoffs. So yeah, hopefully they get healthy so we see what it looks like. Like you said, Jokic is best in the world. So we have them where we have them. Sorry guys.
All right, coming in at number 4, it's the Detroit Pistons, dropping a few spots at 17-5. Beat the Heat, beat the Hawks. Those are 2 good wins. Lost to the Magic, blew a big lead against the Bucks without Giannis. Ugh, that's a bad loss right there. The only game that I did watch out of those 4, unfortunately for people who want themselves over the Pistons, is the Heat game. I watched that game, and they looked really freaking good. So they went 2-2. They dropped 2 spots. They were number 2. They're at number 4 now. Again, respect to the Pistons. Quarter way through the season, they are the number 1 seed. Cade Cunningham is having an MVP type year. Jalen Duren to me has been such an X factor. The way they've been able to run offense through him in the half court now. Not that they didn't do it last year, but they're doing it more and more this year as well. Defensively, they have the same reputation, the same style. They're built on their defense, turning the ball over, getting out in transition. Duncan Robinson has been a nice fit. And Janice Jenkins, man, I think he's here to stay. I really do. I think that he's going to be a big piece in the rotation for the rest of the year.
Yeah, just finding a gem like Dennis Jenkins, it's amazing.
Did I say Janice?
You said Dennis.
I know I said Janice, like Tony Soprano's sister, Janice.
Well, you meant Dennis Jenkins. Jenkins.
Yeah, I didn't mean Janice Soprano.
Yeah, you meant Dennis Jenkins. He's been hooping, and so is
say
Cade, man.
It's late for us, bro.
It's late, man. It's late, but like you said, Cade's having an MVP season. That take he had late in the game against the Hawks to seal the game was just ridiculous and so casual. But that's how he's been hooping the whole year, just kind of at his own pace, at his own tempo, just at his own vibe, and just leading this team to the number 1 seed, where a lot of people didn't have him to start off the season. Jalen Duren is also having an all-star season. That's a big. He's playing phenomenal. I think the pieces they picked up fit. Detroit fans, you guys got to lay off Karis LeVert. Leave Karis LeVert alone, man. He's going to be a good fit. I don't care. He's good. Damn it. But Pistons are tough, man. I like them. Young team and like we watch the games we watch. Their point of attack defense is ridiculous for that
Yeah.
team. Just ridiculous. So yeah, we have them there, and I feel like they're gonna keep going up. They just had a bad week.
All right, coming in number 3, it's the Houston Rockets wins over the Jazz and Kings. They lost to the Jazz on the second half of a back-to-back, the first back-to-back of the season. The Rockets have played 19 games, which is like not a lot at all. I think they played the fewest games in the league so far. They move up one spot, having a 2-1 week. I think they would have moved up another spot if they didn't lose to the Jazz and had a 3-0 week. But it is what it is. KD comes back and fits right back in. Same old story with the Rockets. I'm looking forward. They play the Suns tomorrow or tonight, by the time you see this. Kwab and I will be recapping that. So that's going to be a fun game to watch. Definitely looking forward to more Houston Rockets games. Definitely looking forward to DFS getting healthy and getting in there as well. They're contenders, man. I think they're contenders. They've already shut me up with the whole Fred VanVleet talk. I was somebody who was like, I don't know, Fred VanVleet's down. You kind of need your point guard. And then Reed Shepherd was like, Josh, I got this. Relax. And I was like, Reed, are you sure? And then he was like, I got this. And then I watched him, and I was like, you were right, Reed. I am sorry.
Like, you're right, Reed. You do.
So shout out to
You
Reed
do
Shepherd.
got this. Reed, that Warriors game, he was
Oh, it was unbelievable.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, man. He's been hooping, and I don't know if Tari Eason is back yet. That's another key player they've been missing also.
Yeah.
So you hope they get their team back as healthy as possible. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game against the Suns. Yeah, the Jazz loss, I think it was an anomaly. Like I said that to you in the text. We're kind of
It
going back and
happens.
forth
It
about it.
happens
It
in the
happens.
league. Yeah.
It happens. But it is like a bad loss for a team that is just as good as we think they are. Like, we think they're a
Yeah.
great team, regardless of like who's out. We still think that's a great squad. And yeah, they're gonna keep hooping, man. We still don't know if they're gonna address the quote unquote point guard issue, or should you just keep the squad as it is. But they've been looking great.
All right, coming in at number 2, moving up 2 spots, it's the Los Angeles Lakers, 16-5, wins over the Mavs, the Pelicans, and the Toronto Raptors. They did lose to the Phoenix Suns. That was a butt kicking, but they did come back and defeat the Toronto Raptors in their next game. Impressive win without Luka Doncic, without Marcus Smart. To me, right now they're number 2 because of their record. I don't know if they are the second best team in the West. I don't think I buy that right now. But, record-wise, they've been playing great. Dude, Luka and Austin Reeves have been the best offensive backcourt in the league. I don't think that's debatable at all. LeBron looks old, but DeAndre Ayton has been the good DeAndre Ayton that we said they're going to need if the Lakers are going to do anything. So that's a check right there. To me, I think they're going to have trouble against faster, more athletic teams. But for now, they're playing great, man. And shout out to JJ Redick. He's, throwing odd defensive packages at teams and zone coverages, and he's coaching his butt off. And this team has a lot of talent offensively. It's just, can they put it together defensively? And when they face a team that is like the Suns, can they kind of slow them down? That's my concern with them.
Yeah, it just feels like watching them against the Suns. It just felt like we were watching a very old team. It didn't look right. But the way Austin Reeves has been playing this year has been ridiculous. Like you said, him and Luka look like the best offensive backcourt, and it's allowing LeBron to kind of take his time to get back in the flow of things, because it feels like he's still in coasting training camp mode, try to get back in rhythm. Like, he might need to take another trip to like Germany or whatever he does to get right, like, and come back. But we'll see about that. But like you said, good DeAndre Ayton. That's who they needed. I don't know if the Lakers gonna, as the December 15th date hits, when players are going to be able to be traded. I wonder if the Lakers going to make any more moves, just because they do feel a little bit. They feel a
need to
little
get
bit
more
slow
athletic.
and old. They need something else. It feels like they need something else.
They do. All right, coming in at number 1, no surprise here again.
No,
it's the OKC
shocker.
Thunder, 21-1. They beat the Suns, Blazers, and Warriors. The games have been more competitive lately, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, the Warriors game was like a 2-point game in like 3 minutes left, and they won by double digits. Jalen's back. Shout out Jalen.
Yeah.
Shout out J-Dub. He's back. I'm running out of superlatives with this team. I will say this, as a Thunder fan, it is very encouraging to see that, okay, they've been tested, and each time they've been tested, they came back against the Blazers. SGA had a solid performance against the T-Wolves in the clutch, solid performance against the Warriors in the clutch. So when they have been tested, they have answered the ball. They have answered the bell. When they've been tested, they have answered the bell. I just, what do you say about a team that's 21-1 that hasn't been said already? I'm just looking forward to the games where they play against the Rockets and they already took care of the Lakers, but the Lakers, the Nuggets, like those type of games, I'm really looking forward to.
What can you say hasn't been said already? Well, it looks like the Clippers are imploding, and they have the Clippers pick. That's what you can say.
And here comes the OKC Thunder with the briefcase, money in the bank.
They got another.
They got another first-round draft pick.
Sam Presti does it again. How does he keep doing this, Sam Presti? You best. No, man.
They do this every year.
Every year, damn it. No, man. They have a great team.
Yeah.
Great young players. Great defensive principles and athletes and shooters and big men and clutch players and scoring and coaching and trainers and bench players
and fans
and shoes and towels that the fans wave. They got it, man.
They need a better logo. I'm just gonna say it.
They need
a better logo.
What's the logo going to be? Like,
I don't know, but I like your idea for a mascot. That was hilarious.
People push back on it. They were like, I can't. They were like, I can't. They love Rumble. I think that's the name of the mascot. They're like, no,
I
no
didn't see
Rumble.
the comments. The comments you said something about the mascot.
Yeah, they said no Rumble slander. So my bad. Maybe you need an extra new mascot with Rumble, who's like scared of Rumble. It's like, oh no, the Thunder.
I didn't know they had an attachment to Rumble. Okay, fine. Maybe I was wrong. Listen, they don't need anything new. Everything's working.
They need to do a promo with Sam Presti doing the DJ Khaled voice and just saying another one, just repeatedly.
It's sick, and they're getting healthy. So
and they're getting healthy. Yay.
All right, well that's gonna do it for our power rankings. Again, comment below. Who do we overrate, underrate, leave off? Let us know where we went wrong. Don't make fun of me for calling Janice Jenkins Janice. Now I'm just going to see Tony Soprano's sister every single time.
I don't know why.
That I see Janice Jenkins. That's fine. Drop a comment, all that good stuff. We are trying to take comments and do segments off of them. So, like, if it's a funny comment, if it's a creative comment, we'll be using that and responding that to as well on video instead of me just typing stuff out. So stay tuned for that. You can follow the Diamond Ray, the Diamond NBA. I'm Josh. He's Kwab. We'll see you next week for another edition of Power Rankings. Peace.